maybe a scientist in the run itself. He tends to figure out all the weaknesses for the refights. I don't know how he keeps track of it all. Maybe he writes it down. Maybe he has an amazing memory. I don't know, but he does it.
Yes, he does. And speaking of doing it, we've started. We're on the way to Quickman stage, which, you know, it's pretty much one of the go-to stages to start the randomizer. It does have a little mini zip that saves a little bit of time if you have item 1, but we ain't got time for all that, so we go straight there. And yeah, quick E-Tank here at the beginning and an extra life.
Yeah, E-Tanks are, of course, super valuable in the randomizer because you never know when you're going to get into that weird situation where a little bit more health would save you from a death, and deaths are sort of the biggest time loss possible.
Yeah, definitely no dying today. So let's hope so anyway. We'll see how these runners take this beam section coming up. It should be pretty smooth, assuming. I mean, these guys are pretty top tier runners, so I wouldn't think you know, death would happen this early, but you know, don't count it out. We'll see. They've got about 2 more screens to go, and we'll find out who's the mystery opponent behind door number 1. And as I was saying that, I guess I jinxed somebody. My bad, Prodigy. Man, taking the death, that's gonna cost them. Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's a sizable setback.
It really is. You know, I mean, most of the time runners don't fall to that, but it does happen, obviously. Yeah, unfortunately for Prodigy, but Creed's gonna make it, and we're fighting Bubble Man. And Bubble Man on this stage actually likes to kind of sit for a little bit after jumping. Yeah, commentator's curse was real. I didn't know who I was cursing, but it was, and it happened. Apologies for Prodigy, but Creed makes it out of quick. And we'll see if he gets a weapon of some sort to help him on his journey. No, he does not. Second up, Flashman.
Yep, Flash is the other sort of favored stage for starting out.
Right,
There's no pits to fall in, so it's relatively easy to get through deathless, unless, you know, occasionally the enemies will be really bad, but it doesn't happen very often. There's also an E-Tank, but the E-Tank can be hard to get, depending. So Flash, or sorry,
or Buster immune.
Oh yeah, it's always a good time. Looks like you checked the barrier weakness. It's not Buster.
Right on. Yeah, yeah. Good knowledge to have for Wily 4 and even Wily 2 if you're down the E-Tank or a life or something. Which no life shortage here. Anti-commentator's curse going into effect for Creed there as he picks up one. Man, I'm just gonna stop talking. Period. I don't want to tip this race one way or the other. Both these runners are phenomenal runners. Prodigy being the one that knocked me out in the losers anyway.
So Creed going for the safety health there. It's not, it's not too expensive to get that.
Too, so. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, did Creed knock you out of the race too?
It just so happened to. I've lost to both these guys. These are the guys who knocked out the infamous Charlie Boy. They did it.
So I think Creed intentionally skipped the E-Tank there, probably because he has one he didn't use, and he probably feels like one is plenty. And since he took the safety health, he's saving some time there.
Yeah, definitely interesting to see Prodigy go to the right side instead of the left side.
That is interesting. I wonder why he did that. We'll have to ask him.
Yeah, maybe it was just the ice physics that got him. You know, sometimes that can be a thing. Creed knocking out Airman, and this tracker needs to update because I'm using it and it didn't update. Sad face. I'm gonna hit refresh. Maybe that'll help. But yeah, Quickman down, Airman down for Creed. Prodigy has Quickman down.
Also no E-Tank for Prodigy. A crab got him.
Yeah, I feel Prodigy probably skipped it because of the death. Oh, Swag got the moonwalk into the Airman room, or Flash room with Airman in it.
Yeah, actually, I like fighting Airman in the Flash room. There's lots of places that you can sort of hide from Airman.
Yeah, definitely when he jumps over like this too, because you can always just pop him in the back a few times and boom, he's dead. A bubble stage for Creed now. Not a bad choice for third. Pretty decently easy-ish stage, not too bad. He's gonna clear the screen here and set himself up for this nice little pause buffer zip bubble man for Prodigy as well. So no route differences here. Maybe after this stage, we'll see if they decide to switch it up.
Yep.
I'm gonna predict maybe one of them goes wood, the other one goes air.
Yeah, I bet metal before air, but I don't know. It's hard to say. Creed having no problems with that zip, which I sort of expect from these runners. Made it through that last section. That last section is, I don't know, it's always harder than it looks. Especially with those guys that, I don't know what they're called, but they shoot in an arc. They can very easily knock you down a pit, and then you have to redo a very slow portion of Bubble Man.
Yeah, the shotmen are real jerks at times.
Oh, and this Woodman, this is sort of the worst Woodman you can get, where he sends his leaf shield out ahead of him, and it rolls slowly, because it hits you several times, and you'll have trouble getting to him to do damage.
Yeah, Creed actually found a little mini weakness with Crash, I think, but he didn't like it, so he went back to Buster. And, Woodman's down. And Prodigy making up some time here, a little bit, and he's going to go ahead and join him in the boss fight. So, it's not completely that far behind.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of time to shake things up.
And we find item 3 here in Bubble Stage, so that should help to for a route, I would think. Okay, Creed going to Metal. Interesting. Metal's not a bad fourth. It's pretty, most runners like to hold off on Metal until they find out what item 1 acts like, but it's a pretty safer stage to go. I'd much rather have item 1 in, say, Woodman stage. Well, no, not necessarily, because item 3 does the wood zip, so definitely interesting to see why he didn't go to Woodman instead of Metal. But he went Metal, so not bad. Right. And Prodigy went air.
Yeah, I feel like you called that.
I feel like I did. Air. You know, I've seen Prodigy go air. He likes to go ahead and knock it out. Item 1's a good thing to have, but yeah, I know he likes to get it done with because I guess because of the pits and whatnot. And he doesn't necessarily think it's that hard of a stage. It can be, but yeah, we'll see how it treats him today. It's not doing him too bad so far, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah, yeah, you can't say too much.
I'm gonna stop. Yeah, definitely.
Creed skipping the second E-Tank in Metal, so I'm getting a feeling that he's feeling pretty confident right now with these E-Tanks he's skipping.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, E-Tanks takes time to go grab them. Creed knows the caliber of opponent he has, so he's trying to knock these stages out ASAP. And Flashman's gonna help him out there by being pretty weak to Buster. So
yeah, very easy fight.
Press F for respects for the Flashman.
Meanwhile, air is really not a problem for Prodigy. He's just blasting through it, no problem whatsoever.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, and Creed going ahead and choosing air now as well. I don't think he got any items from Metal.
Yeah, I should have been watching, but I wasn't. Didn't see him get an item.
No, I don't think he did. But we'll find out if he hops on item 1 or item 2 or something. But I really don't think he got anything. Right now we'll see. Now this is the interesting part. Where is Prodigy gonna go? He's gonna go wood. And not bad. He does have item 3 for the zip if he chooses to do the good wood zip. It is possible to do it with item 3 and without quick boomerang.
I'm gonna bet that we see the zip. That's my bet.
I like it. I like it. I know he goes for it sometimes, but other times he doesn't. It just depends, I guess. on how he's feeling. And
Yeah.
Creed is getting all the 1-ups. Every 1-up that is possible, he has gotten.
Yeah, he better hope that he doesn't end up in an out of energy situation where he needs to game over. 'Cause it'll take him a long time.
Yeah, we're listening to some of the stylings of Bionic Commando. Creed turns back to spawn the bird behind him. I think he's gonna go ahead and wait for this one, yeah. Better safe than sorry. And yeah, item 3 is out. Prodigy, here we go. Up,
There
up,
it is.
up. Zoom, zoom. Going back down. He didn't even check the screen above him. That's not.
It's brave.
I don't check it either. I want to say it's kind of more rare to soft lock on that screen, but hey, it happens sometimes. He did have quick boomerang to help him out with that zip, and boom. All right, hard part's over. Creed making it out of air. Meanwhile,
Yeah, I think he's got this zip in the bag.
yes sir, and right past the bamboo there to get on the screen that he needs to be into the boss corridor. And Creed joining him in Woodman now. Prodigy finds Metal Man here as the boss.
Oh, Metal Man's barely weak to Buster at all.
Yeah, he's gonna search for some weaknesses. He finds a pretty interesting quick boomerang.
Yeah, Quick seemed very effective there.
At least a little bit faster than the Buster.
Creed checking the horizontal and vertical direction of Leaf Shield there. In the randomizer, as you may know, the direction you press when you fire the Leaf Shield, the direction that it goes is randomized. So you might press down and it might fire up. And so Creed was making sure that it worked the way he expected. Oh,
Yeah,
he's going to do the zip as well.
Yeah, no items here from Woodman. But he's moving on. Prodigy moving to metal. Not a bad choice. That leaves him heat and crash to deal with afterwards. And yeah, so no. So item 2 and 1 are both locked behind crash and heat. Yeah, I feel Creed would go for it just to keep up with Prodigy, thinking Prodigy might go for it. So, and yeah, that seems to be the case here. Oh no, Creed running into. I think he jumped one too many times, but he fixed it. He's past it. Now he just has to die here. Oh, this is problems.
Oh no.
This is very problems.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that is some problem right there. Uh-oh. He overzips. Unfortunately, whenever you go back down, the death trigger doesn't load. Now he's got to find an enemy, kill himself, and yeah, he's probably gonna have to end up doing the whole stage over again because of this. But he does find an enemy to kill himself.
Does he have to game over?
Ooh, yeah, actually, I think he does because yeah, he's gonna load into Wily 3. So he's got quite a time loss he's sitting on here. That is very unfortunate for Creed. So yeah, now Prodigy just has the exit here. Creed has to go and find more enemies. Well, technically, he could start the whole game over, but it might just be a little quicker to game over than 7 to 6 stages. So,
Oh, that is really unfortunate. I didn't see there if Prodigy got an item. Is it really going to come down to the last 2 stages? Have the last 2 items?
It is. He did not get an item. I can tell you for a fact he did not get an item. So yeah, this is the first time you guys have seen this in tournament. Unfortunately, it does happen. I've seen this before. Yes, that's what happens when you go for good wood and you accidentally mess it up. Sometimes it does happen. Now,
yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't think Creed is feeling so good about this at the moment.
Oh, I'm sure he's not. This is at least 1.5 to 2 minute time loss right here. But
I don't think he's ready to throw in the towel, but I
don't think so.
It'd be very hard to come back from this.
Yeah, it's definitely a 2 out of 3. What could end up happening, or the things he could have done, I want to say, if he was up at the top of the Goodwood zip, instead of going back down the ladder, which he might have ended up doing, if he would have just jumped off the ladder from the top of the screen and made the walk, you can actually walk to that death trigger, and if you can find an enemy to kill you there, instead of, you know, continuing the zip, then you can still be good.
Yeah, and so for anybody who's not familiar with zips and how it works, the game memory is laid out so that the Wily stages come after a Wily stage comes after each like Robo stage. So in the case of Woodman, Wily 3 is laid out in memory after that. So you sort of increase this room counter, and it doesn't have any more Woodman stage, so it starts using the Wily 3 stage data, but the game doesn't know that you've gone to Wily 3, so nothing about Wily 3 works correctly. The boss won't load, you can't actually be there, like if you game over and go to stage select or anything, you won't actually be in the Wily stages. So you're in this very weird like limbo purgatory thing that you have to get out of through a game over.
Yeah, it'd be pretty neat. I mean, that would definitely wreck some speedruns if that would be the case. Then you can do this Goodwood zip and then just zip straight to Wily 3. Or even better, do the bubbles zip and zip straight to Wily 4. But yeah. Creed getting it this time.
Yep. You fall off the horse, you get back on.
Yep, correct. So it's gonna put him about a stage behind so far, maybe a stage and a half. Depending on how quick you can deal with Metal Man here.
Prodigy about to find out how... Oh, item 1 looks good.
Yeah, I'd say good enough to make this zip, at least. But he's gonna have to set it up. There it is.
And there he goes. I don't know his life count, but hopefully he's got a spare.
I think I've only seen him die once, so he should have the extra. Well, twice if you can count Goodwood.
Yeah, now he's on his last life.
Yeah, pretty good recovery. Creed's gonna go to Heat, or excuse me, he's gonna join Prodigy and Crash, so he's not gonna have the benefit of having item 1, which we know that he gets in Heat.
Yeah, but now he'll have, what, item 2 when he goes to Heat?
That is correct, he will have item 2. Oh, he's using Gear Zip here to get
Very
past
nice.
his first strain.
I'm glad to see somebody other than me using it. Oh, that's a very tricky situation.
Yeah, definitely. He's gonna have another go at it. Could have back boosted there, perhaps, if he wouldn't have jumped. Oh, what shield looks like it's doing the trick.
Yeah. It's a very nice trick from Casual Strats. Shout out to Casual Mega Man 2 players. I feel like that's how we all get started with Mega Man.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's the intended way.
Yeah. Let's see, what's Heat is reasonably weak to busters, so I think Prodigy's just going to stick with it.
Yeah, I think it's doing about a good 4 damage. Yeah, each shot.
Yep, Creed just doing the climb. Curious if he'll use the item 3 platform to get up the ladder faster.
Yeah, I'd assume he would. Maybe after he gets past this enemy. Prodigy, on the other hand, is on his way to face this crazy colored Mecha Dragon. What color do you think this thing is gonna be? Because that's the thing we do, right? In the randomizer community, is we guess the color of this dragon. Bonus points gives the weakness too.
I'm gonna go with the colors that we're seeing in Crash Stage because I really like that green and purple.
Nice.
What about you?
Hold on. I'll tell you after he pauses the game. Alright, I'm gonna say black and purple. That's not really a thing. It has worked before, like guessing off the pause menu, but yeah. Other times it doesn't. With an all-black pause menu, I don't think it'll be black. I haven't seen a black dragon, but that'd be pretty cool. And I'm gonna say he's gonna be weak to Metal Blade.
Oh, okay. Leaf Shield.
Nice. And I see someone guessed Prodigy's favorite guess, Blue Eyes White Dragon, in the chat. One of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dragons. And Creed's gonna make it out of Crash in the meantime. So he's about a stage and a half. Yeah, he's definitely relying on Prodigy to go somewhere. Prodigy has 0 lives, but he can still do this.
Prodigy having a little bit of trouble with his item 1 placement there, but he still manages to get the boost at the top.
And I also see Creed's guest in the chat, Monochrome. So yeah, so chat is definitely behind these runners when it comes to dragon guesses for sure. Definitely have to see what this dragon looks like coming up as Prodigy makes his climb. And Creed running into a little trouble with the Metroids here. Same trouble Prodigy went through already.
It looks like his strategy is take a hit and keep going.
I like it. Monochrome it is, somewhat, pretty much. With a nice teal or blue hue. Ooh, dragon trying to get kisses. No sir. Oh, heat doing a little bit.
That is a pretty nice weakness. That supercharged atomic fire is so nice to find in a run. Creed having a bit of trouble here. These, I don't know what the proper name is, I always call them tiki torches. They just create so much lag that it really throws off your timing for that zip.
I believe the Japanese name is chain key makers. I'm not sure what the English name is actually. I think it might be flamethrowers, or no, maybe not. I'm gonna have to see real quick.
Looks like Creed figured out the barrier weakness as a byproduct of failing the zip. Good old air weakness. That's actually kind of a nice weakness, because when you get into Wily 4, the air shooter gives you some nice options for actually hitting the barriers.
Chat's got my bag. It says hothead, yeah. They're called hothead. And then the things they throw is chankies for Japanese, and it's called tackle fire in English. So pick your poison. Definitely pick your poison when it comes to those guys. I think most people just call them chanky makers though.
Prodigy getting an almost vanilla Wily 2 tunnel with the way the chandelier chomp, or what do we call those? The way that was placed at the top of the climb.
Yeah, those are just called press. But
press.
Yeah, PRESS, presses, press. But most people just call them, you know, chandeliers or droppers, spike droppers, things like that. And Creed joining Prodigy on the Wily stages, while Prodigy finds quick boomerang to take out these Picos. Probably about 5 hits. Maybe not the fastest weapon you want, but it does the job.
Yeah, it does the job, and it saves a lot of ammo, which translates into time in a different way, because you'll probably want to refill it.
Yeah, definitely. Ooh, he's running into some dire straits here, but he's gonna go ahead and refill, so it's like he's gonna make it.
Probably won't. Yeah, he didn't end up needing the health from that, but that's not a fight where you want to mess around. It's a huge time loss to die to that fight, in particular.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Creed just powering through Wily 1 like it's no problem. Alright, what do we see here? So that's interesting. Prodigy has told me he doesn't usually go for those power-ups in Wily 3. So it's interesting to see him take those.
Yeah, perhaps maybe he just feels comfortable that that's probably the quicker one to go for versus holding left or right in Wily 4, since it is sort of like on the beaten path, barely.
Yeah. Yeah, it probably had something to do with how much energy he had. You know, it sort of seemed like the right thing in the moment. Kind of curious what our guts tank will be weak to.
I don't know. Air shooter is my guess.
For everybody who guessed wrong against the dragon earlier, here's your second chance.
Wow! I was like psychic or something. Cool, it worked. Oh yeah,
So,
quick boomerang does the trick as well.
Yeah, I think Prodigy used atomic fire, right?
No, he used air shooter. I guessed right.
For the dragon?
Oh, yeah, no, he used sorry, I thought you were speaking about.
Yeah. So it's always interesting to me to watch how different players tackle Wily 4, because Wily 4 I think is probably the hardest stage in the game if you're playing it vanilla. Whether you're a speedrunner or a casual player, Wily 4 is just, it's full of miserable.
Yeah, full of miserable indeed. I mean, you have the spike screen of doom, you have the boo beams themselves. You have these little platforms here that are fake floors or false floors that you could fall through, and they happen to be randomized in this game, so don't know where they're at. As you see, or as you saw, Prodigy just checking for it. But yeah, he's
Prodigy
making,
having, yeah, great execution on that climb.
yeah, pretty good time on the climb for sure.
That zip he did, that vertical zip, is it's a lot more challenging than it looks. The placement, the jumping, the timing of firing item 3, it's all actually very precise. But he makes it just look like it's nothing. Just a normal thing you do.
Right on, yeah, he saved enough item 2 to go across this this ladder here, or this last spike screen with a quick manner, seeing that there was no enemies there. And Creed testing wood for Pico first, and now he's gonna look, and he finds quick, so it looks like he's gonna stick with that.
Yeah, I think that's what I would do as well. And we'll find out what our boo beams are weak to. Everybody always tries, well, I shouldn't say everybody, but most people try Leaf Shield first, because it can allow you to clear the room without destroying the barriers, saving yourself a bunch of time.
Right, yeah, Leaf Shield and Metal Blade are really good to check first. And yeah, we see Prodigy doing that, finding the wood, and no walls were hurt in the making of this this randomizer seat.
Yeah, that was a very fast Wily 4.
Yeah, so we don't even know what the walls are weak to.
Oh, they're weak to air. Creed figured that out.
Did you see that? Okay. I didn't see it.
He missed the heat zip and went the... I don't know if that's really a walk of shame, but he sort of took the pedestrian route.
Right on.
Prodigy going clockwise. I don't know how anybody can go clockwise in the refights, but he's doing it.
I mean, that's what happens. That's what happened. He's skipping the refills too. He's on a really good pace. I'd say at least 33 pace, maybe even 32, even with the death.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he really hit a groove and found his stride. Yeah, somebody pointing out that the music is Journey to Silius. Silius? I never knew how to say that.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not familiar.
If you're not familiar with that game, I recommend checking it out. It's an NES title, and it's sort of an off-brand Mega Man actually. I think they only made one, unlike the Mega Man franchise, which has a million games. But it's good. Check it out. And Prodigy here fishing.
We were on the same page.
Yeah. Fishing for Bubble Man. Boy, isn't he a catch.
Oh yeah.
I have not played the Cryon Conquest. I might have to check that out.
Yeah, I want to say I saw one of the Mega Man renders too long ago. The Cryon Conquest, that is. And Chatter is pointing out that Journey to Silius was supposed to be a Terminator game, but they didn't end up getting license.
Yeah, I think I might have actually heard that before. It's kind of interesting. I think I heard similar things about Willow, the movie, that it was supposed to... They really wanted to make a Lord of the Rings movie, but they couldn't get the rights, so they made the movie that the Willow that we know. Which is fun in its own unique way.
Looks like we got this watermelon bubblegum flavor for Wily Machine, while Prodigy's searching for some weaknesses to it.
Finally not Buster Week. We don't see that very often in the tournament.
Yeah, Buster Week's kind of been not the thing, right?
Yeah.
For the tournament, at least.
Prodigy's filling his health at the last possible second there. But he gets through the fight.
Down goes Machine. All we have is an alien left, the Prodigy, as Creed's trying to make his way through Wily 4.
Creed just barely making that jump. Sorry, what did you say?
I said he's doing so in pretty good fashion. I mean, 33, he's still on a like 35, 36 pace. Creed is, that is. So not bad at all, especially with the trouble he went through. Prodigy trying the alien zip.
Looked like that item 1 velocity was just a little too low. It stayed out for a good amount of time, but it didn't quite move fast enough.
Still 33 pace, as long as he can find his weakness pretty quick. It looks like he's going to start on Crash Bomb. Screen 2. Screen 2. Or menu 2.
Looks like Creed also had a very quick Wily 4. Found that weakness right away. Uh-oh. Quick weakness on the alien.
And we got the boomerangs, and that should be GG's to Prodigy. Finishing first with an official SRL time of 34 minutes and 20 seconds. It's going to win race 1 here in this first to 2. Best of 3.
Yeah, and that is a very respectable time, even regardless of whether or not he died. That is still a really good time.
Hey, 1 death and low 34, not bad at all. Definitely something to be happy with.
In fact, you know, Creed's time, even with the problems he had during the wood zip and having to game over with so many lives, he's still going to put down a very respectable time as well.
Yeah, definitely. Should be 36, 37 pace right now, I believe.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I don't remember if Prodigy found a good weakness for Bubble Man, but looks like Creed's gonna try his luck. Oh yes, Crash.
Crash. Yeah, he used Crash. Yeah. I was actually muted when I said I wanted to say that, but yeah. Darn.
Boy, it's a laggy Crash fight.
People were asking where did Creed lose time. He overzipped in Woodman stage on actually running into the problems that are having to take a game over. Unfortunately, but it does happen. It does happen. It's the name of the game.
and on top of that unfortunate situation, the game was very generous, like Mega Man 5 levels of generous with extra lives before it happened to him. So he had to die like 5 times or something to get that game over so that he could continue.
Yep, and me falling down on my job as tracker on the refights, not Jews. But I think I got it updated now.
Creed, I want to point out, Creed was very masterfully dodging those air shooter shots from Airman. Those are some tight jumps, but he makes it look so easy. And then if you look over on Prodigy's screen, you see the damage table, which is something the randomizer does. Is after you've beaten the seed, it'll tell you, it'll reveal all of the weaknesses in the game. Let's see here. He finds the air weakness. It wasn't the second phase is when Prodigy used air, I think. So he can stay on this weapon if he wants. Oh, he's gonna go fishing again. Using another E-Tank for safety. Oh, Metal Blade. Prodigy celebrating with some animal gifts.
Don't ask. We're gonna have to remember to ask him.
You know, the best musical track in the entire game. I don't know if this is a popular opinion, but it's definitely Wily 6.
Oh yeah, definitely. I enjoy the drips, the ambient sound of Pure Moods Volume 2 from 1920.
Oh, you know, we forgot to guess the color of the alien.
I want to say he could be orange and red. Of course, it's purple and green. Looking at him.
I mean, when you asked me to guess colors before, it was the alien, right? Because I said purple and green. Yeah, so I guessed it right all along. GG Creed, so his official SRL time looks to be 39:30.
Yes, good stuff to Creed finishing the race. And yeah, gonna set up for round 2, so you guys don't go anywhere.
Yeah, and other than his time loss in wood, I mean, that was actually very solid execution from Creed. So I think in this next race we're going to see a much closer finish.
Definitely. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Hopefully, Creed isn't too tilted from this race. We'll see how he performs next one. We saw Prodigy put down a low 34, which is bad by his standards, but geez, it's good by everybody else's. So we'll see how that works out for these guys. Yeah, we'll see if we can get a race 3 or if Prodigy's gonna take it. So, very interesting to see what's gonna happen, how it's gonna unfold.
Yeah, it's surprising how many of the races in this tournament have been decided in only 2 rounds. I think it's surprising in particular because it's the randomizer. If you told me this happened in a vanilla tournament, I wouldn't be surprised. But you know, isn't the randomizer supposed to troll us and do weird things?
Oh, it definitely trolled us this time. It definitely did. Unfortunately for Creed, that is. Prodigy would agree that you know, the death to quick beams would be a troll, as it happened to him.
Yeah, it looks like Creed is, I think, ready for the next race, but I think it'll be a few minutes before everybody's settled. So, what are your guesses for the next seed? Like, is there going to be an item lock? Is there going to be, you know, some interesting zip that happens? What do you think?
Well, I think both these guys are gonna do pretty fast times. I'm gonna say sub 35s, and yeah, I mean, I don't know. As far as seed goes, anything can happen. I mean, I know that's kind of a cop out here, but who knows? Maybe one of these guys will go flash for pick up item 1 and be able to quick zip or something. Who knows? There's just anything can happen, right?
Yeah, that's my guess, is that we're going to see them get the items pretty early on, and then we're going to see a lot of interesting zips. Maybe we'll see a Heatman item 1 zip.
Yeah, that could definitely happen. I could see that happening. Heatman item 1, at the beginning of the stage, randomizer only zips. Who knows? Might see one of our runners pull out the bubble zip. Little the second bubble zip, not the big one that's Buster. That's the Buster zip, but the other one.
Right.
That's pretty much a vanilla strat when it comes to vanilla any percent. They pull out item 2. They take a damage boost on some spikes, which is pretty tricky. But it would be nice to see.
Alright, it looks like we're gonna have the new race in just a second.
Yeah, I have to set up the new room and all that. Don't think an SRL voice was around to reset the room we had. But just whenever the runners are ready, we'll start it again and hit a match 2. think this is probably the coolest thing that's going on Thursday. So tell your friends. Make sure to follow these guys too, in case you guys haven't done that already. Come check out some of their streams and see how they treat other Mega Man games along with this.
Yeah, for sure. All right, looks like it'll be starting any second. Good luck to both our contestants today, both our runners.
Yes, sir. Good luck, have fun indeed. I want to see some cool zips. I want to see the Dream Seed. I want to see a world record. Randomizer. See if we can do it. Or maybe we have to save that for Grand Final. Ha!
Yeah. Yeah, that will be best of 5, right? So lots of shenanigans possible there.
First to 3 in Grand Final. No reset required. Anything like that. Just whoever makes it out from losers finals to go to grand finals is first, which was voted on by the community. So, count